Shots here at the line, though, they're big.
Cats again in all gray tonight. Lebanon in all white. Cats are actually the road team on the scoreboard here at their home court.
I just wanted to see the new jerseys anyway, Dylan.
Yeah, they look good anyway, don't they? First free throw, no pressure. Johnson makes 41-40.
Silky.
2 minutes, 17 seconds to go in the game. Johnson with a free throw here to tie it as Coach Rasnick looks on, looking for his second win of his return. This one off the front, but gets the friendly roll and goes through. 41-41, and here comes Lebanon. 2 minutes, 15 seconds to go, fourth period. This one coming down to the wire.
And he is 3 for 3 tonight from the line.
Jacob Jackson with the ball, the sophomore. I think here if you're Lebanon, you got to look to number 12, Hooker. He's basically driven them throughout the night. Hooker flashing out in front of the top of the key, but nobody getting him the ball so far, no lane opening. You know that's where they're looking with 1:50 to go in this ball game.
He's got 28 points tonight for them, Dylan.
41-41 the score. So the rest of the team just 13 for the rest. 1:40 to go in the ball game. Lebanon just passing it around the wing. No rush here in a tie game. They're just looking for a lane.
Every time I've ever seen this happen, Dylan, it's always backfired.
Cats are going to put a little pressure on now as Johnson steps up to guard Jackson. Now right-handed dribble there from Steele. They're going to get it to Hooker. Hooker with it for the first time this possession. Long possession. As they're trying to get some motion going. Hooker driving left side. He pulls it back out, tosses it around. They're just cycling around the wing now with 1:07 to go on the clock. Definitely timeout called now by Lebanon as they run it down to 1:04. It took close to 50 seconds there on that possession and still haven't shot it.
It felt like they were just doing the Harlem Globetrotters weave drill.
What do you think? You think we need to get a shot clock?
I do. I wouldn't put it anything close to 25, 24, 30, maybe 40 seconds. I feel like that's a lot of time to develop a play and get the ball off.
41-41, timeout called by Lebanon. Again, brought to you by State Line Motors, Euclid Avenue in Bristol. And this exciting fourth quarter has been brought to you by State Line Motors as well. Visit their inventory at StatelineMotorsVA.com. Lebanon will have the ball coming out of the break. 1:04 to go. And we'll see what lineup the Cats go with here for the final push in this third-place game.
Yeah, and Dylan, you can't say anything about it. You got to win the last minute.
Yeah, it's been ugly to this point for each team, except for unless your name is Adam Hooker or Gavin Austin, you've had sort of a slow night. Gavin Austin's had a good night from the floor for the Cats.
13 points for his name.
And he had 13 last night against Honeck. Might have to have 15 to win it, though. 41-41, the inbound goes over to Hooker. And Hooker with the ball left wing. Tie game, 41-41. We enter the final minute here in the third place game. Now Easton with it, the senior, back to Hooker, top of the key. No rush.
Who wants the shot?
I've never seen a team hold for the last shot at the 2-minute mark, but that's what Lebanon is going to do. 35 seconds to go, fourth period, tie game. Now Easton with it, back out. Hooker, the senior, with the ball. He's the guy you want.
Foul off the ball. Make sure you foul off the ball is what I would do right now if I'm Virginia High.
That's tie game. Let's see, 19 seconds on the clock. Johnston went to the floor, drive, right hand, foul, and the points. As Jacob Jackson drove, got it in.
Not really sure if he even touched him, Dylan.
Contact, they said, to the arm, and Jackson will go to the line to make it a three-point game here with 14 seconds to go. Couldn't have went any better there if you were Lebanon. They held the ball for 1:40 seconds. 14.6 now the decision here is if whether Jackson makes, whether you go for the 3 to tie or the 2. But now he sinks it. No pressure there as he made it 44-41 with 14.6 reading on the clock here in the fourth period. Just a dagger there by Jackson, but the Cats still with a chance to tie it here with 14.6 on the clock, fourth period in this third place game.
Yeah, it makes 5 points for him tonight, but that was probably the biggest three he could have had.
Yeah, he finished off the three-point play there, swishing the free throw. Again, Battle set to play Honecker in the championship game after this one is over. And it will be broadcast on the John Battle Radio Network, Spreaker.com/John Battle Radio. But the Cats here got to draw something up, 14 seconds to go. And a defensive battle. I'm not going to say both defenses have been stellar, but they have forced turnovers tonight and kept each other out of rhythm. And both teams below 50 here tonight. And that'll be the second game in a row, barring overtime, that the Lebanon Pioneers have not been able to break 50. They've only had 38 last night against Battle. They'll press here off the inbound. 14 seconds to go. Cats trailing by 3 points. They'll need 3 to tie.
Do you go for a quick 2 here, Dylan? What's your call?
We'll see. Will Brown gets it off the inbound. Now Johnston with it. Nearly lost it. Johnson dribbling it out near half
dribble too
court.
much. You got to have a 3 now.
Johnson still with it. Throws it out. Austin. 5 seconds on the clock. Austin guarded closely. Takes a long 2. Misses. Comes up short and a foul inside. No shot. They say time expired. And Lebanon will get the win, 44-41, and take third place in the Coach Ballard Lee Bearcat Invitational. Just not a good shot there at the end of that. Just a tough thing to do there. Had plenty of time, but good pressure applied there by Lebanon. Nobody was where the ball was.
Nobody could hold on to the basketball was the problem. Every time somebody touched the basketball, they dropped it.
And so a tough loss for the Cats. They've already cut the scoreboard off before I even realized what.
44-41.
So a low-scoring game, 44-41. Lebanon with the win, as now the championship game will get underway. The Cats will drop to 1-4 on the season. A tough loss there for Virginia High here in the third-place game of the Coach Ballard Lee Bearcat Invitational. Just not the same team we saw the first 2 games tonight. Weren't in sync. And now
you got to hope it's just fatigue from that Bearcat team. They've taken so many good steps this week. You don't want to lose it this late.
So with that, let's take a quick commercial break. We'll be back to wrap this one up. 44-41 as Lebanon comes away with a win here in the third-place game over Virginia High.
In the wake of a disaster, what one thing can you send that will help people the most? A blanket, a tent, a sandbag, a doctor. Actually, if you send a monetary donation, you send all these things. Even a small donation can make a big impact and can quickly become exactly what people affected by disaster need most.
In the wake of a hurricane, your monetary donation can make a huge difference to those in need. To donate, visit supporthurricanerelief.org. That's supporthurricanerelief.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Follow Bearcat Radio on Twitter with the handle @VHS Bearcat Radio and on Facebook by searching Bearcat Radio for the upcoming broadcast schedule and shows on the flagship stream of Virginia High School Athletics.
Welcome back to the Bearcat post-game report. Cats dropped this one 44-41 to the Lebanon Pioneers in the Southwest District matchup of this Coach Ballard Lee Bearcat Classic. And Mark, just a tough game. Nothing really getting in sync on offense on either team. Just a stellar effort from Adam Hooker, but the three-point play by Jacob Jackson there with 14 seconds to go, enough to carry Lebanon. It looked like we were going to head to overtime there for a bit.
Yeah, the way they wanted to run the bob and weave like the Harlem Globetrotters did back in their prime, or still do today probably for that matter. Haven't been to Freedom Hall in a while to check them out. But just took about a minute and a half off the clock, made the shot they wanted, and that's all she wrote.
Yeah, not a lot of offense in this one. We, again, hope that just fatigue set in for both the teams as Cats fall to 1-4 on the year. A good game, though, by Gavin Austin. Had 13 points yesterday. What do you have tonight total? You had it
13 again tonight for Gavin Austin.
And the Cats, again, they'll play one more game before Christmas break. They'll face Abingdon on the 19th at 8:30 from Abingdon High School. That game will not be broadcast here on Bearcat Radio. Actually, the next broadcast for us will be January 6th in a doubleheader against Tennessee High. We'll do the girls varsity and boys varsity game starting at 6 o'clock here on Bearcat Radio. And Mark, let's go real quick and go to the stats from tonight's game.
So like I mentioned before, Gavin Austin, your leading scorer for the Cats. 13 points for him. Alex Inman, goodness, I'll get it before the season's over, folks. 7 points for him tonight. Tyler Strong really slow from the field tonight, only with 5 points. Not like he looked the night before. Jake Johnston was 7, 3 coming from the 3 plus 6, 9 points. 3 coming from the field goal free throw line. Folks, it's been a long tournament.
It has been a long tournament, Mark. So
we don't usually call games 3 nights in a row. I'm just pretty beat.
The day after, Tyler Strong scores 24. Just a slow outing. Of course, still just a sophomore, so not really time to freak out. Yeah, not time to panic, as the Cats will face Abingdon on the 19th, and then they'll head to the Holiday Hoops Classic before hosting Tennessee High after break on the 6th. So other than that, just a slow first half. I mean, the first half, 32-27, the Cats led. Of course, it ends up being a 44-41 win for the Lebanon Pioneers. Player of the game, Mark.
Gavin Austin. He was the one commanding the floor tonight. Had 13 points, leading the team. Johnny Wynn a close second, though. He was the one that kept the team in the game. It felt like no points for him, but it's made the big plays on the defensive side of the ball whenever they needed to be made.
Let's talk about Adam Hooker real quick from Lebanon.
28 points for him. Just an absolutely phenomenal night. 15 points coming from the rest of the team. He led his team to the third-place finish alone.
Yeah, so good game for him here in this third-place game. The Cats will finish 4th in the Coach Bounder Lee Bearcat Invitational. Again, the next game will be broadcast here. That will be broadcast will be against Tennessee High on January 6th at 7:30. Right now, Battle is getting ready to face Honaker in the championship game of the Coach Bounder Lee Bearcat Classic from the Bearcat Den. You can catch that game on Spreaker.com/John Battle Radio. We hope you come out to the next Bearcat Sports Chat. It will be January 11th at 6:30, or at what time do we usually do that? It's been so long since we've had a Bearcat Sports Chat. We usually do it at 6:30, yeah. At 6:30 p.m. January 11th, so be sure to come out to that. And again, social media on Twitter at VHS Bearcat Radio, and then search Bearcat Radio on Facebook to like our page. And again, we hope you enjoy tonight's coverage from the Coach Bounder Lee Bearcat Invitational. We'll see you again in January. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from Bearcat Radio.
And folks, thank you all for listening to us. We're going through some growing pains here with the basketball transition. We really appreciate it. Y'all have a very happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and good night, God bless, and go Cats.
And the Cats drop this one 44-41 to the Lebanon Pioneers, and you can catch the championship game on for John Battle versus Honaker here, the Bearcat Invitational on John Battle Radio, Spreaker.com/Battle Radio. Those guys are online right now, so head over there. From Dylan Hutton, Mark Harr, and the rest of us here at Virginia High School, good night and go Cats.
Bearcat Radio is brought to you by State Line Motors. Visit State Line Motors on Euclid Avenue in Bristol.